What's going on, y'all? Hope all is well. Another episode of Combos with the CFP Mario Payne in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. And they're at it again, y'all. They say Bitcoin's bad. It's fraud. And they say something else to drive down interest rates so they can make more money. It's happening. And we're talking about JP Morgan. How is it that they do not want the Fed to cut rates, but they're making money when the Fed doesn't cut rates? And then they tell us Bitcoin is horrible, and they're literally every single day moving $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Come on, JP Morgan. We'll go over the hypocrisy about what's going on, and as investors, how we can profit off of them trying to pull the rug under our feet, Aladdin style. But before we get started, as always, like, share, subscribe to our channel as we continue to grow, and comment below and let us know what you think about this content. I am a certified financial planner. I've been practicing for 16 years. But on these YouTube streets, I'm just a person giving my opinion. But Lego.
Any uncertainty that was spelled out or could have been spelled out that would show inflation is not just sticky, but is once again rearing its head in some of
Inflation just don't go away, man. It just will not go away.
One of the categories, most notably one of the non-core categories here, that's potentially where the markets might have been a little bit.
Look at that. I mean, inflation was at 9% almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. Now it's at, respectively, all items at 3.2%. And then, of course, if we exclude food and energy, because we know gas is too high still, being at 3.8%. So inflation is getting better, but look where it was in 2020. Now, my profiteers, when we look at 2022, inflation is a lot better than what it was. And we know in 2020, when the market was rocking and rolling after COVID, inflation almost at zero, but it spiked up.
Shocked, but at the end of the day, I don't think the market is as shocked as it could have or should have been.
Yeah.
So that signals
he's June on the table.
Rally on for right now.
And look, I do think Fed Chair Jerome Powell, he's been very cautious in his rhetoric. He said last week,
he has been cautious, and he has the powers that be trying to push him to a decision that he doesn't want to make, which we'll talk about in a second.
We still need data. We still don't have the confidence. So I think he has really priced in a lot of that, mentality there, that we're going to stay higher for longer until we receive a lot more data that is showing us that.
Higher for longer, not good for my people who want to invest in interest rate sensitive stocks like Enphase and Tesla and manufacturing stocks. And my baby, TMF, not good. It went down by over 2.5%, down as much as 3% today. The news that rates might not be lowered until June, maybe even July, when most people thought it was going to be March.
We are heading towards that 2% inflation target there. So again, maybe priced in, but we'll see if there's more volatile market action as we continue the morning.
But as we know, that's good news. What's not good news is that the powers of be, Mr. JP Morgan himself, Jamie Dimon, was like, you know what? I think I would not raise interest rates in June. I would wait. And you know why he's doing that, my profiteers? Well, let's see what he says. JP Morgan CEO, Jamie Dimon, said he does not think the Federal Reserve should begin lowering interest rates by June. They should wait for more clarity. Why is that? If I were them, I would wait, Dimon said at the Australia Financial Review Business Summit via live stream in Sydney. So you know it's a signal. It's the bad signal to Jerome Powell that he wants interest rates not to get lowered in June. But my profiteers, this is why. Because Bitcoin is going up like crazy. And the thought process is as interest rates stay how they are, Bitcoin before the halving is going to continue to go up. But what did he say about Bitcoin?
You mentioned Bitcoin. You said you didn't know what we were talking about. We pretty much always have some crypto.
Really? June 2023, he did not know what they was talking about with Bitcoin. And they owned at that time $600 million worth of Bitcoin. Stop the cap.
Conversation with you. I'm just curious because I don't think we've talked to you since.
I think all that's been a waste of time, and why you guys waste any breath on it is totally beyond me.
Because you just think the whole thing just is
going to zero.
Going to zero and it's fake.
Bitcoin itself is a hyped up fraud.
Bitcoin itself is a hyped up fraud. Now, it seems to me on the interview, he's saying that he doesn't like Bitcoin. He would never invest in Bitcoin. He would never put that on his balance sheet as the CEO of JP Morgan. Huh.
It's a pet rock.
You're back to that?
Yeah,
Really?
Of course, yeah.
So what do you make then of BlackRock and other firms that are investing
BlackRock, who we partners with, we'll talk about it.
in infrastructure?
No, that's different. Blockchain is a technology ledger system
Right.
that we use to move information. We've used it to do overnight repo, intraday repo. We've used it to. We're going to use it. We've used it to move money.
Right.
So that is a ledger. That's a technology ledger type of thing that we think will be deployable. Remember,
Oh, clean it up. They use blockchain, but not Bitcoin that's on the blockchain. Oh, semantics.
We've been talking about that for 12 years too, and very little's been done.
There's some tokens that I agree with you on, but Bitcoin's based on a distributed ledger.
Yeah,
it has all the characteristics of a store of value. It's immutable. It's scarce.
Totally untrue. It's
21 million.
Well, yeah, really. How do you know it's going to stop at 21 million?
Because
I've mentioned this to people too.
Satoshi.
Everyone says that. Well, maybe it's going to get to 21 million, and Satoshi's picture is going to come up and laugh at you all.
So there you have it. But you know, my profiteers, Bitcoin has skyrocketed from 15,000 to now over 72,000 over the same time frame. What do you think has done? Well, my profiteers, let's look at the charts. JP Morgan was at 142 December 2019, went down to 79, went back up with COVID, went down with everything else. But since then, my profiteers, it went down by 44%. And then my profiteers, it went up now at all-time highs, went up by 85%, my profiteers, since December. I don't know about you guys. When we have Bitcoin on the balance sheet and we own almost $1 billion of Bitcoin, well, of course, when Bitcoin skies, what's going to happen to the price of our stock? It's going to sky as well. And the reason I believe Jamie Dimon said do not raise rates too much, and the reason I believe Jamie Dimon said do not lower rates until after June is because he knows when rates are high like they are, Bitcoin is probably going to continue to go up, which helps his balance sheet. So what I predict may or not be right, but again, you want to talk about the retracement up 85%. I believe if Bitcoin continues to go up, which it will, and they do not lower rates, that drawdown of 44%, I think it's going to maybe go up by another 44%. I believe by the halving, which is April 20th of next year, JP Morgan, my friends, might be a $277 a share stock. Yes, that is crazy to think about. JP Morgan, that was doing nothing, bouncing up and down for 10 years, broke out, and yes, it might be over $250 by the halving this time next year, because they're probably going to buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to drop. It's a possibility it's going to drop by 15 to 20%. When that does, they're going to buy up some more. So as it goes back up by halving, they're going to make money. So if you guys want to be in something that buys everything, like the banks that go under, that really got saved by JP Morgan per the federal government, or will be saved by the Fed not lowering rates in June, JP Morgan is a stock that might go up another 40% over the next year, and that's doing 5 times as much as the stock market. Well, my profiteers, I hope that gives great information about what's going on with JP Morgan. All in the video, being hypocritical, but when you run a company, you got to do what you got to do. And he's doing it, and his stock is going. I'm pretty sure that bonus is going to be amazing. Anyways, though, comment below. What do we think about Bitcoin? What do we think about JP Morgan? What do we think about Jamie Dimon? Is it stop the cap, or is he being truthful? We don't know. I know one thing. Invest, be diversified, and love is love. But let's make some paper profits together, y'all. Peace.
And you just wanna get paid, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, yeah. Painful profits to help you seek change, and you just wanna get paid, yeah. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, painful profits to help you seek change, yeah. Cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Been check to check, you know, and it could be different, you know.